Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Inspiration, motivation takes. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk about life. Our guests will share their life story. We want you to success in life and business. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk about life. We're going to speak on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are going to witness. Business with a servant's heart. With hosts Steve, Ramona, and Ray. Inspiration, education talks. Listen to the podcast. Steve, Ramona.
Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm your host, Steve Ramona. Fired up to have you on the show today and join us because, you meet somebody for 5 minutes, you get it right away. I'm called a super connector. She's a super connector because she lives her life that way. And we're going to talk more about that, how you can be a servant doing that and how impactful it is. And that's why we started this podcast. We dedicated the idea of a servant's heart in your business and life and what impact you can make change in your world. Imagine waking up like my guest does every day, impacting the world. And that impact could be, hey, you have a beautiful smile, your background, your Zoom's great, or it could be $1 million to your favorite church, charity, whatever it be. There's all different levels of impact, but you're still impacting your world, your community. And we're also bringing guests on who are going to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you how to make this impact, how to be a servant's heart with great stories and great opportunities. And on a side note, this lady has a beautiful smile, and it just makes me smile doing that. So we'll jump in right away. Here's your homework today, audience. I want you to think about how you're going to serve yourself and others today. And again, what impact will you create today? Let's generate that impact today. Let's not wait a week or two. Let's listen to this great show and make that impact. So thankful for my sponsor, Pantheon. Join a community of high-income entrepreneurs and business leaders who are creating this world-changing thought leader platform to grow your business, but also make the impact and change in the world. With that being said, I want to bring my guest on. Jillian, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
You do have that beautiful smile, and it's great because I think because you're connecting people. Why are you so inspired and passionate about connecting?
Because people have great ideas and concepts, but they're not always good at getting them out into the world. So getting that idea to the vehicle, the person, the connection, where that idea can then flourish in the world. Wow. Now we're really reaching the height of our human ability. Now we're really, hitting the top of that versus, oh, well, we have 3 great inventions this year. No, we had 300 great inventions this year because all of them made it to market.
Human ability. Nailed it, Jillian. You nailed it because that's what it's about. We all have it. Connecting is all innate with us. You have this unique name for your company, Broken Glass Ceiling. It's very cool because it's imaginative, it's creative. Where did you come up with that?
It was kind of a combination of Post-it notes. Whenever I'm trying to think of something, I just write the first thing that comes to mind on a Post-it note. And it's kind of like Mad Libs, and I put them on the wall, and I say, okay, what kind of statement or what can I make with these Post-it notes that remotely make sense about anything? And I kept the way I was feeling at that time. I was very frustrated because my business of 20 years that had flourished pre-COVID was absolutely just stalled because the way that we connect with people, the way we network with people, the way we engage digitally is so different than how we do it in person. And I had become an expert of how to do it in person, but I somehow missed the community college class on how to do it online. And I couldn't find anywhere to do it. So I was very frustrated because I knew my business would excel if I could get FaceTime with people through Zoom, through things like that. I knew that the concepts I had, the story I had, the product I had to sell would sell because I had done it before. I just couldn't get it in front of people. So that was just really frustrating for me. And so that's what a lot of the words were. I want to break out of this. I want to go higher. So a lot of the words were around that. And then when I kind of stepped back and looked at it holistically, I was like, okay, I'm saying I want to break out of where I am. I want to go higher. I want to be very centric to female businesses, let's go with broken glass ceiling marketing. And at that time, I put marketing on the end because we were supposed to be a marketing company. We were supposed to be doing exactly what we did pre-COVID, but it has now shifted because the world, life on life's terms likes to laugh when we do things. And so, and I now kind of regret, like I could have just left it broken glass ceiling or broken glass ceiling labs, because it doesn't reflect what we do now. And so we oftentimes get a lot of confused outreach from potential clients thinking that we do things we don't do. But yes, it just fit my mood at the time.
I think you correct them quite well too, in a good way. Make sure, hey, this is what we do. So connecting, you love connecting people. How does marketing help you do that?
Knowing how to reach people where they are and talk to them in a language they can understand. And that was the hardest thing for me to learn as a marketer, that someone may be saying circle, someone else may be saying round, and that is your ideal customer. You are the ideal solution provider for them, but you're scrolling past each other because you're using different words for the same things. Just like with our software, there's a lot of different ways you can use it to connect. But if you're a job seeker and our marketing doesn't say that our tool works for job seekers, you're going to go, oh, I'm not a solopreneur, entrepreneur. I don't need more clients. Yes, you need more connections so you can find a job and you're not just a number on the list of resumes in their stack. So putting it in terms where your ICP can understand what you do and how it applies to them.
I love that. And audience, there you go. And that's what marketing should really be all about. Is you're connecting people, get down to the ground. I love this. Oh man, you're a smart girl. See, I told you guys and girls, she's a smart girl. Here's a unique question. Yeah, you've probably never been asked, maybe. How does your Southern charm help you approach the business? That's for all our Southern folk out there that are listening.
It does come up a lot in one or two ways. Usually people think because my voice that I must be just Southern and slow and not smart. So I get that feedback sometimes, but it does come into just the culture of being in the South. It's funny you say this because we just onboarded a new employee on our team who's from the West Coast, and he comments all the time, I feel like I need a passport to work here. This is such a different culture. Because yes, we're communicating, but we're communicating in a Southern way. We ask people how they are when we start the conversation. We follow up on the content from the time before. Oh yeah, your son was having a swim meet. How'd that go? Because we genuinely care and we're nosy and want to know about things versus just kind of jumping right into the conversation. So it can hurt, but I think because it is so unique, there are so few Southern companies doing what we're doing, that if it's something that appeals to you, if it's a style that appeals to you, it hooks people right away.
Well, the lesson I wanted you to put out there, and you read my mind, you must be in my head, which I love, is it's cultural. You're Southern, maybe it's a English company in UK, has an English background. And I love that because embrace it, and you have embraced it, even though kind of somebody on the outside West Coast has come in and they're part of the culture and you're having fun with it, which is missing in business a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You told me before the show you're passionate about AI. Why?
AI saved my business and it's saving the lives of many people around me, hands down. I was very resistant to change. I'd been doing what I'd been doing for 20 years. I was very successful. I was very profitable. Why make a change? It completely just seemed insane to me. And it wasn't until the definition of insanity, I was doing the exact same thing, trying to month after month while my bank account's going down, 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 trying to bring my marketing business back online. That it was just desperation. I threw my hands up and said, well, it can't get any worse than it is. So let me try this fidget spinner thing, because that's basically what I thought AI was. I'm not a techie person. I can't cast my iPhone to the TV. Like I'm not techie, but I know what I want to communicate to people. And that was the frustration. So just on a whim, I just said, okay, we're going to start using AI. And I could not find a tool available because OpenAI was very new at that time. And I couldn't find a tool that would go to market with my brand, kind of going back to the Southern. It wasn't connecting with people in a way that felt genuine and organic to me. So that didn't feel authentic. And so that went against all of my just the ways I feel as a marketer of storytelling and going meeting your customer where they are authentically, not just kind of faking who your company is. All of that just really did not sit well with a lot of the options I saw. So I just got crazy and said, if I had a magic wand and I knew how to remotely work a computer, what would this software do? And I just wrote it out there. I drew it in Canva. This is how I would like it to work. And then look.
Well, you're the lessons girl. I'm going to give you a new nickname because that's another great lesson of impact of pivoting. COVID taught us that. If not, people learn that lesson the hard way, and we'll go there. And I pray for those people because it's tough. The pivot is so huge, but the elephant in the room with AI is human creativity and AI. That intersection. What's your thoughts on that?
They absolutely have a relationship together, and neither one of them can survive independently. So there is no concern that AI is going to, well, I should say, I shouldn't offer guarantees beyond death and taxes, going back to Southern, or politics. But there is such a evolution in how we adapt as humans to like pop culture and things that we're talking about and things that are now cool that find their way into our content, into our marketing. And there would be no way, can't guarantee in real time, for AI to learn those things, but also the AI is learning, it's not creating. And I think so often that is not really touched upon when we talk about AI. AI is going to be a very well-trained dog. If you tell AI to sit, stay, it's going to do it every single day, whether its boyfriend broke up with it or it has a bad hair day or whatever. Versus a human, you may get that variance. So that's kind of the example I like to draw for people, that you're going to get the same outcome every single time very consistently, like a McDonald's approach, but it's not going to come up with what the assembly line is and that each burger needs 2 pickles. The human is going to have to do that. So the human will remain the conductor. What they will remain, the one in front of the orchestra, but the AI is just the instrument. Now, it's a pretty awesome instrument. So it's like when we were playing with things before, it was like we were trying to make music with a recorder. We were trying to use tools. That's what it sounded like. Now we've got nice brass instruments that make beautiful, just symphonic sounds. So we're able to take the same concepts, the same human uniqueness and ideas, and put them into a better quality instrument for a better quality output.
Well, AI is artificial intelligence. You're an intelligent girl. You fit the mode. You're right there with it. I'm serious because audience, remember, way back, she knew nothing about tech. And listen to you, what you've learned, you've embraced it. It's not for everybody. You're not saying that. I'm going to speak for you, and you're shaking your head good because I agree with that's not for everybody. But what I hear, I get questions all the time. I love your answer to is the storytelling part of marketing or anything. Podcast is storytelling. How is that getting influenced by AI? And is it going to affect it in a negative or positive way?
The humans will still be telling the stories because the AI can't make them up. It doesn't live things. It doesn't put its we put our family dog down this morning. AI is not going to have that life experience to impact things, but it can use that if it's trained to it. So those human things are going to always keep happening. But what I like about AI, my favorite thing as a connector, is that AI does the repetitive but essential task of getting people together like you and I are, so that the human just uses their human uniqueness to communicate with the person once they're on the hook, basically. So a lot of times folks will say, oh, you're cheating by using AI to book appointments for you. We weren't cheating when we used Constant Contact to send out bunches of emails. People thought it was great not to have to cut, paste, and then go, oh, crud, did I change their name? No, I think I sent Sally. I said, dear Ben, and I sent it to Sally, so I forgot to do that. I didn't take the forward out. Or people are afraid because they don't know how it works. I don't know how my microwave works, but I know I put things in it. If they come out hot, I haven't died yet, which is kind of my parameter. I haven't died or gone to prison yet for many things.
Yeah.
So it must work. So those are kind of the things I hear the most about, just the concern, fear, pushback about letting AI into people's business and their human connecting.
What's one piece of advice people listening, entrepreneur, huge business, it doesn't matter the size of the business, that you give about AI?
I'll start with the end result. Your network is your net worth. And I did not know that. And I thought I was doing a great business before. And I thought I had a network because I could physically see people. I could physically go to lunch with them. But I did not have a sustainable global network, and it drastically impacted my business. And so from your network, because all of us are a quilt, we're a sum of parts. So each connection that you have, you don't just get one benefit out of that connection. You can get multiple different avenues out of that one connection based off what your need is that day. You may reach out to your group and say, who has the best chocolate chip cookie recipe? And you may respond. And then the next day I'm like, who knows someone at Microsoft that can help me get this job? You know that person too. So we say you can get multiple squeezes out of the same contact, but what you can't do is build a network overnight. It's just like a savings account. You can't walk outside and have 4 flat tires and expect to go get 4 more today if you haven't saved for the last 6 weeks. You're not going to be able to make a change in your job, or make a change in how your company goes to market, or add clients to your portfolio. Whatever your growth plan is never going to happen without connection, and it takes time, even with AI, because we're dealing with humans who have to then respond to our connection requests and our engagement activity.
You're a sister from another mother. It's exactly what I say, because we're in the people asset business. Everybody, from the speaker to the plumber to Elon Musk, you all need people for your business.
Yep.
Why not connect? So that leads to the question, doing business with a servant's heart. How does servant leadership help you connect with more people?
I love knowing that I'm helping them get their message out without sucking their brain down, because that's what was happening to me. I was spending my time, I believed in my message, I believed in my content. I wasn't creating to the level I could create because my brain was bogged down. So let's say 20% of my brain was not being used to my human maximum. And so that's keeping resources back from the world, resources back from that person. But then also getting my content, getting my connections out there was so mind numbing that then by the time I had an appointment, I was like, I don't even want to do this Zoom call. I'm so exhausted from scrolling on LinkedIn, holding my eyes up with like toothpicks to find it. I was just like walking through mud in my appointments, versus now letting AI do those things. I'm able to show up better and brighter and the best version of myself so that I can meet people where they are and help them get their messaging out. Because that's what it is. It's all about sharing your ideas.
How do you bring the servant culture, servant leadership culture into your own business?
At first, I try to model it, because we can't get anywhere. I don't want to say alone, but yes, there are many one woman, one man shows out there that are very successful. I don't see that, because I don't want to be good at everything. I don't want to know how to do every task that every person on my team does. Yes, I could scale back my revenue, thus removing their payroll, and just do everything myself. I don't want to, because that's not being honest to who I am and what I enjoy. So I like to say, okay, we're all in this together. How can I meet you where you are? How can I help you meet your goals? Employee to teammate, because ultimately, if people come first, profits and goals and success always come next. It is just naturally how we are hardwired as humans. We can't, unless you're crazy, which I've been married to some of those, but unless someone like does something kind for you and then you're like, no, I'm going to set your house on fire. Setting that example and that way of treating people usually pays dividends.
I'm going to add something. I don't think it's controversial, but you said the solo man, the person that works alone. You're right. But if you want to scale or grow, and I think you'll agree, you've got to have a team. It doesn't mean your own team outside, third party, tribes, communities, team, I call it, have that be able to. I love that you said that, because it's okay to be solo and do it all yourself. But again, there's a certain level that you can go to. If you saw somebody, an avatar, let's use that AI avatar, what would a servant leader avatar look like to you?
Well, in our business, it's a direct replica of the human themselves.
Okay.
So we don't create avatars. That's where it kind of comes back to, we're not creating anything, we're just duplicating. So if the human has a natural, so for example, our connection strategy, the way that we suggest that our clients, whether they are using our tool for business or for as a job seeker, we suggest a servant leader connection approach, meaning do to them first. So what we suggest they do is don't just hit their DMs and say, here's a link to my YouTube video, buy my product, I'm great. People don't like that, but it's also not being a servant leader. You need to give some value, give some content, do something for that person. So we suggest that you do 4 things before you ask to even connect with them or share your content. So that could be endorse them for a skill, write a recommendation on their LinkedIn page if you know them. Things like, or a comment on their post, share a podcast that you just listened to. Hey, I just listened to this podcast. It was on baby sea turtles, and I see that you just posted on baby sea turtles. I thought you'd like this. That truly coming to the table with a potluck dish to share, going back to our Southern stuff. I mean, versus just showing up and like, I'm here for the potluck and I brought napkins. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't go over well.
No. I'm going to tell you, Jillian, people listening that know me really well, you're a better looking version of me. You're saying all the things that I say. That's a compliment, guys. I'm not the one won't go there, but I love that you're reiterating that because that's a servant's heart, what you're saying here. One thing you do that I love to do is humor in your business culture and in your business workshop presentations. Why?
Because work is a 4-letter word. So is life. And so are kids and dogs. And thank goodness we have wine. So I feel like we're all in this journey together. Even people who, even if I woke up tomorrow and like won the lottery, I would still work because it brings me joy. And helping people reach their potential, whether it's individually or their business, helping them do that and seeing that flourish. I'm like, yay, that's what I was supposed to do. That was my skill. And then their skill was curing cancer or whatever their skill was, but I helped them get their message out. So like collectively, we advance the human race forward. So that's kind of where I come from it. Well,
Yeah, that's I like that. What's interesting with humor is it's not for everybody, and we have to understand that. And that's what I see from you. I'm not only talked to you for we're almost like 20 minutes. I can see that, and definitely the Southern charm works. Before we end the show, what's a piece of advice you'd give an entrepreneur starting out?
don't get stuck in perfection paralysis. I have to check myself almost every day with that because it is my brand. It is my baby. It's putting yourself out there on the communal refrigerator and saying, look at what I did, and inviting feedback. So you want that to be the most perfect turkey hand sketching that you could possibly do. But whereas no one knows if you were trying to do something more artistic, or if you meant to do that, no one knows the steps to the dance but you. So if you make a mistake, okay, great. And it's not a failure. You don't have to go back to step 1. Just reiterate, make your updates, send out push out your updates to your content or your platform and move on. You don't have to go, well, I didn't get my ducks in a row when I launched this because I'm a lame loser. So here's an update to fix all the bugs that I didn't care or know how to fix. No, just say, push it out. People don't care. It's not all about you, which is something I've personally and professionally had to really work on. People don't care. They're not sitting here going, oh, if you push out an update or you make a change or you make it, you pivot, people are going to roll with it. They're not going to go, well, why are they making this? What was wrong with the original path?
$1 million audience. That literally is $1 million tip. I have billionaires tell me that's exactly what made them billionaires. It's exactly what you said. Put it out there, fix, put it out there, fix. It will work itself out. And the person's not going to be your client. They weren't going to be your client anyways. And that's okay. Because in my head, I go next. Next,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Jillian. You're a lot of fun. You are smart. You are awesome. Let's have a little bit more fun before we end. You ready?
Love it. I love it. I'm here for it.
I know. I get a great question for you. So I've reserved a table at a restaurant for you. Table of 4.
Okay.
You're going to sit in one of the chairs. You've got 3 empty chairs.
Okay.
Who would you invite to sit at the table and have dinner with you who are whether dead or alive?
Okay.
And what food would you order?
Okay, first of all, Missy Elliott, gotta have her. I mean, she is just the original boss queen, making it happen, pushing through when everyone else was not supporting her, not necessarily pushing her down, just not helping. So gotta have her. Then I do like my girl Oprah because she helps me find my inner self. I kind of a tie between her and Brene Brown. So let me wait before I pick one of those because I then would only have one left.
Well, you're bringing both, Jillian. Just bring them both. Make it 4 chairs.
There you go. Because I want to bring somebody funny because somebody's got to carry the conversation. So I was thinking like Chris Rock or someone. But yes, do interchange. We'll do a halfway. I'll make it my own dinner, and halfway through, Oprah gets called out on a business, and Brene Brown comes in.
Look at you. And what are we eating at this table? Because I have to bring a chair and sit too.
I definitely like to do things that are easy to eat with your hands. So like charcuterie, crudité, things like that. You can pass around and then no one is judging because they're not looking at your plate to either judge if you didn't eat enough off your plate, because that can be just as judgy as judging if you ate everything on your plate. So if you're munching off things, then no one can keep score.
What a great guest. Full circle, brought back the Southern charm. Started with it, we ended with it. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Podcast. Talk about your podcast real quick, how they can find it, what it's all about.
My podcast is completely unrelated to my work. It is a passion project that I started in 2011 as a book. I didn't know why I was writing this book. I was just blindly following my soul and writing down the crazy thoughts that came into my head. I didn't feel that it was, I always listen to myself and go, and then I've learned to trust myself. So I didn't move forward with it. And then at the beginning of this year, I felt like it's time to take that project live. But it's 14 years later. So we have to pivot and adapt to the world we're in now. And I wanted to add more content by talking to more women. So what we do is we speak, right now we're doing a series on bravery. We speak to women about what they had to do in a situation. Like maybe their brave moment was pooping at work for the first time. You do you, girl. That needs to be celebrated because that's a big deal. Or maybe your brave movement was moving to Portugal because you couldn't get health insurance in the US and you had to enroll all your kids. And like, so doing brave things, but as women, we don't talk about them, number one, because we don't want people to judge us or critique us, right or wrong. And we don't want to, if it is a good thing, we don't want to praise ourselves. So what we do is we leave each other hanging. We leave our girls sitting in their kitchens at their kitchen tables by themselves, thinking that they're the only person with this problem or this feeling or this situation, not realizing you're not alone, girl. And so I think about kind of coming back to my work with AI, if I can take away all that head noise for women and let them see here's how other women to say nothing of a hack, because I mean the game is rigged. So if we can make a book of hacks of how to do it, save time, get rid of headspace, what could we achieve? What really cool concepts really cool concepts we could bring to the table. So it's called a Superwoman Handbook. And we're going to have it on our website and then also through all the podcast channels. And we'll do other series. But the first one I want to do was Brave, because that's how I was feeling for myself in this season.
Your energy is super infectious. I know it's going through the screen to the audience. Somebody's going to want to reach out to you, or all of them. You should be reaching out. How can they find you?
My personal page, which is a smattering of Inside My Brain. So just brace yourself and enter at your own risk. That's JillianUtesch.com. For a very professional, put together, here's how you do life and work, is our business page, brokenglassceilingmarketing.com. So all those words, brokenglassceilingmarketing.com.
Easily just got to spell it. Use your AI to spell it. There you go. We're
There you
AI
go.
again.
There you go.
Jillian, thank you so much for being an incredible guest. You're an incredible host. So catch your show. What's your show again?
A Superwoman Handbook.
Superwoman Handbook. Search it. I'll put it in the show notes. All her information be in there. Here's your call to action at the end. And this includes Jillian. Is subscribe to my YouTube channel or Jillian's or any other podcast that you like. I'm not saying all of them, but we love subscribers. I'm going to speak for Jillian. It's great. People are subscribing, but here's why you subscribe. These links are gifts. And let's use Jillian as an example. You've got a woman that's so inspiring that might want to be on her podcast or needs help with marketing, or a group, a company that you know. You just give them that wonderful link. They listen for 10 minutes and go, she's my girl. You should be saying that because she's my girl now too. She just found that out. It's the greatest gift, because now you're sharing something and maybe you've impacted their lives. We're ending with that impact. With that all being said, when you get done subscribing to our YouTube channels or podcast, we want to thank you all, me and Jillian, for watching or listening to this podcast. And we'll see you all in the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Have a great day, everyone.